It's Clifton Raheem Bradley of the Underground Railroad television show in Chicago, in the United States of America. And you know what? Today, first I want to say thank you to all of the people that are watching. Okay. And hi to the people in the United States, Europe, Asia, Africa, the UK, okay, Europe, Alaska, okay, UK, and all these countries. But what we're going to do today is we're going to get you're going to hit a different perspective of the news from American point of view. Okay, and I have my guest, no other than David Kaas. He's coming by satellite from out of California. Brother David, how you doing, Brother David Kaas?
Clifton, how are you today?
I am doing great because you know what? I'm here with you.
Well, I'm here with you.
And you know what? You're coming from out of California, and you know what? You're coming from satellite. All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, it's getting nicer and nicer every day. That's what I say.
This is my co-host, and you know what? We just drew it up, but he's from out of California, so I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell us about his fabulous YouTube and Facebook page.
Well, Clifton likes to give me an intro all the time like that, but I do have some information on the YouTube. You can access it by going to youtube.com/C/David L. Kaas. That's my page. I'm also on Facebook. They gave me two different Facebook pages, Clifton. They both got my name on them, but they're just different pages, and I don't know what they did that for. So that's on Facebook. I'm on MeWe and Gab, but watch me right here. That's the best place to go.
You know what he's going to have to educate me about all these sites. I'm in school, but I'm still learning. Thank you to Kennedy King College in Chicago, Illinois, on 63rd, and hosted to all the students and to all the teachers out there. I appreciate you. David, so we can get to your YouTube page. I can't wait, man, to put that link in there. I want y'all to go. Okay?
Thank you, Clifton. Thank you.
And
we
David,
got more to talk about today with the news.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to the news. We're going to try to leave the religious stuff out. But I'm going to say assalamu alaikum. Okay.
I just want to remind everybody that Monday is a Feast of Trumpets. Mm-hmm. And that's a big feast day for the Mosaic Feast followers. That's one of 7. But I just want to remind them all to enjoy Monday. Sunday night to Monday night is the feast.
Oh, wow. All right. David, what is going on in the news, brother? Russia, what is Russia doing? The president of Russia, Mr. Putin, the premier, whatever you want to call him, not the USSR, because we know that the USSR was broken up during the Cold War. He's calling up 300,000 troops. What is going on? What is going on?
Well, you remember when the Vietnam War was going on, don't you?
Yeah.
And they're drafting our boys over here. You had to go. You had no choice. Unless you could afford to go to school, college, you were going to war.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Remember that?
I was a kid then, but you know what? I know what you're talking about. I
knew older guys that went.
Oh, but you know something? To me, first of all, I served in this country. Muhammad Ali, who I had the utmost respect for. You know, he could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. But you know what? But I think he took the right stance during the Vietnam War. What do you think?
I think it's a personal choice. You know, it depends on where you're raised, what your father was. If your father fought in the war, like mine did, he was all for all of us going and enlisting if we're in a war. You know, that was something we should do. So I went and did that, and they told me no, we're bringing them home this year, 1974. But Russia, I think Putin's probably making the right strategic move for anybody within the country that would say we need more backup to, do this military incursion into the Ukraine. But that's to be expected. I figured it was going to go on for a while, and it doesn't surprise me.
But I mean, does it surprise you that people that the people that he has recalled to the military, according to reports, some of them are fleeing. They're leaving Russia because they don't want to get involved in the war. Now, do you think that's real or that's propaganda?
I don't know. I really don't know, Clifton. I mean, it sounds good. It's got a good story to it, but there's I don't know. It doesn't really attract my attention to itself, and I haven't spent any time thinking about it.
Yeah, you know what? You have some people in the United States of America. Okay, that I'm not gonna say. Of course, you can't make a generalization and say everybody. Some people will say, "Why is all this money going to Ukraine, and we have so many turbulent issues that are going on in the United States, like water? It's a water problem." I forgot where it's located at. I'm not going to say Flint, Michigan. There's people on the streets. I want to ask you, David, why are they spending all this money, bringing them to Ukraine, giving them all this military assistance, and their issues, like in Puerto Rico? It's a bad storm.
Well,
tornado.
President Biden's giving away our military, our missiles and our things like that to the Ukraine. We could be giving them to Nicaragua, down there 30 years ago. The Nicaraguan wars, the cocaine wars and whatnot. We were giving away weapons to them. I mean, we give away weapons all the time to people, but that's just a small piece of the pie. We're spending billions, trillions on 65 different military locations and countries around the world just to protect and defend them, not worried about us. So, I mean, these things go on these kind of things go on all the time.
This is the last thing about Russia. Do you think that Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, made an idle statement that I'm not beyond using my nuclear capabilities if this just goes? Do you think he's playing poker? Do you think he's bluffing?
Yes.
Talking out, like they say in my neighborhood, he just talking out the side of his neck.
Right. It's all any world leader is just blowing hot air. Nobody can fire a nuclear missile for the last 5 years, and they know it. They all know it. They got it on video. There's intervention going on. It isn't just a between two countries or two people here. It's a lot bigger schematic.
So you're saying he knows how to play poker?
Yeah. Well, he thinks
Poke, I sit there with my hand and say, you know what, I'm going to raise the ante, hoping that you know what, I fold. Hey, man, what is going on, man? You know what, we're going to get to the election. You have something that you want to say about the Dominion machines. And first of all, for people, there may be a segment of our audience they have no idea what a Dominion machine is. Can you explain what a Dominion machine is when it comes to voting?
It's just like the Diebold machines. It's a computer operated system that's put in place as voting operations need. And you just go in, you put your ballot in, you type in your name, whatever, and it calculates your vote. So when they get the totals, it's not the true total. They've inserted whoever they want, and that's how Joe Biden got into office. In 5 different states, they did that. So that's how he got elected to office. But the thing about these midterm elections is seeing whether they do the old manual hand-counted ballot. You can even tear off 3 different tabs and do it under camera and close camera scrutiny, so you can see the number of the ballot, the name on the ballot, everything. So there's no question about how many people voted which direction. in that district. Now, if you do it, if everybody does it that way and you know, conforms to these methods, then we'll know who got elected in our midterm elections. If we don't do it this way, you're getting suckered again, people. You're all getting suckered. I don't care who you are, or how old or how young you are, you're getting suckered because these machines do it, just like Las Vegas.
But I got to ask you something. And you know what? What's funny is now we're talking like we on the telephone. Me and this guy, we talk all the time. But David, what I want to ask you is, really, and all you know what the people that are listening tell me if I'm wrong, if David is wrong. You don't care. David, I want to ask you though, but you say there's still it's a possibility that they're stealing votes from the voter machines. Okay. And what I would like to ask you is if both wings of the Democratic and the Republican Party are controlled by the elite, rich and powerful families, and there's a shadow government that controls the United States of America, what difference does that make? I'm asking.
Well, it makes a difference to how much food we got to buy at the grocery stores, doesn't it? The prices are getting high.
I'm not asking that. I'm saying if both parties are controlled by a shadow government and rich and powerful oligarchs are elite families, what difference do it make? I'm asking.
You don't see a difference in having a country run by the people for the people, and you don't see that you don't think that it would lower the prices for the normal working family with 2 to 3 children in it. Owning a house is a big financial burden because if you can't afford it, then you're going to lose your investment in your house when you have to move out. So, I mean, these are all situations that just come to the normal man and woman when they get married and start having children and provide for their household. And if you can't rely on your elected officials, supposedly elected, these are people that they didn't take ballots out, and they added ballots to the result for these people that are in office, and they're the scammers. They're the ones that are doing all this bad stuff. So if you want to talk about this or that or the other thing, just look at the vote count, and that's where Joe Biden pulled it off. But they've been doing this for 35 years to us with the Diebold machines.
See, I'm gonna let y'all know he's tricking me. He's getting me confused. I gotta keep notes to keep up with this guy. Okay.
Now, did you know that Monday morning NASA is firing the DART missile? DART stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test.
Okay.
DART. And this is shot specifically at a moving asteroid that's approaching the Earth. And it's to see what the deflection will be, the impact amount, how the asteroid behaves after it's impacted by this missile. But this is happening Monday morning. NASA is up early.
You know what I want? You know what I like to ask you about NASA? Do you think it's justifiable to spend all of this capital of money to explore other solar systems and planets inside of us? Do you think it's justifiable, and why?
No, I do not.
You don't? No?
No, I do not. We got visitors here at the moment from these different solar systems out there in space, and they're here to make friends and share information with us. But I don't like all the spending that has been done in the past, along with the secretive spending, which makes it seem to me like we're getting ripped off, Clifton. Everybody's getting ripped off in the country through the taxation system. So, the fact that we're all getting ripped off for 131 deep underground military bases and NASA and the military is in question, like I say, in 50, 60 countries. I'd say our financial ruin is coming very soon. But nobody knows it because everybody's talking about this, that, and the other thing, and whether or not this athlete over in Russia is going to be held for bringing marijuana in the country. They're trying to get us interested in something else. These are the big problems.
But wait a minute, when we talk about the stock market and when we talk about the federal government just went up on the interest rate. Now I want you to explain. You're the expert. I want you to explain something to me. Now the feds are saying by them going up on the interest rate from, let's say example, 10% to 11%, that this is going to slow down inflation and we won't go into a recession. Can you because I'm not an economist, and I would like for you to give me some clarification because it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's not supposed to make sense. It's like Joe Biden saying we saw a decrease in the last 60 days, so the recession's over. Joe Biden says that. You gonna believe it? I wouldn't believe a darn thing Joe Biden tells me. No, we're looking at all the prices going up on food, gasoline. We're looking at over 2 million immigrants are in the country at the moment, and more are scheduled to be here soon. So we've got a lot of immigration going on from people that can't even speak the language, and then we're sending our armaments over to Ukraine, and we left a gangload of stuff over in Afghanistan for the militants over there to seize and take into their possession. So I mean, we've been doing this to ourselves. We didn't do it, Clifton. You and me didn't do it, but our government's been doing it to this country as a financial ruin, and we're all talking about the little things here.
But David, what I'm saying, you're saying that the federal government that went up on the interest rate that everybody pays, 9.3 year 2022, it will not slow down inflation by them going up on the interest rate. It will not.
No, it won't do a darn thing. Not a thing. Hey, listen, when the food don't come in at the end of the summer, the farmers don't have anything to show. You could be eating canned peaches and whatnot from last year. The food prices are going up, Clifton. I went out to the beach. There's a little restaurant on the beach, got concrete floors, whatnot. And a friend took me there for breakfast just the other day. Yeah. And I got 2 eggs, sausage, and a little pile of potatoes with 1 piece of toast. And you know what it costed? $17.50. Now, just about 2 years ago, that was like maybe $8.50, maybe $9. $17.50. I don't want to go eat there anymore. The food's too expensive.
You know who I got to get on? I got to get you and Dr. Lee Warren on. You know that I got you because you know what you and Dr. Lee Warren has been saying. You and Dr. Lee Warren has been saying all this stuff for years. You know that.
Well, what it is we got 20 whistleblowers that have come forward now, talking to Jim Jordan, and he's been on the Tucker Carlson show. And these 20 whistleblowers are all saying the FBI has been cooking the books and fudging the numbers for a long time. And just like on the Mueller case with Trump and the Clinton, handling in the Middle East, with those guys getting killed off and whatnot, our soldiers. They've been lying to us for a long time, and the FBI is in on the fix. So these are what the whistleblowers have been bringing attention right to Fox News now. So that's a good thing. It's bad news, but it's a good thing we're hearing about it.
Okay. You know what, man? I see there are people that are looking, they're interested. They don't want to call up because they're enjoying the engagement of the conversation. So people that are listening, thank you. Me and Mr. David Kaas, what allows, we do this every Friday at 7 o'clock Central Time. California is 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 2 hours different.
5 o'clock. So you know what? We would just love for you just to, if you like this broadcast, press the like button. You know what? Because what this does is This helps the algorithms sort of help. And you know what? Press the like button. If you dislike it, give us a thumbs down and let us know we don't know what we're talking about. Because we're not beyond constructive criticism, because me and David both know that's how you grow.
Well, we're trying to talk about current events here. We're not talking about anything historic, and we're not talking about too much in the future.
Yeah.
We're dealing with what we got here in front of us today. And we got you know, I'm paying $1 for a banana at 7-Eleven. And that's pretty, one, so $1. So, you know, food's getting up there, and gasoline still, you know, high price, $6.50 maybe a gallon. And, you know, you think about it, I used to spend $6-7 for a meal. That's a gallon of gasoline. That might take you 20 miles, you know. It's 30 miles if you got a newer car.
You know what, David? I used to go into this restaurant. I guess I call the name LNG's. Okay, a gyro omelet. I love a gyro. I love it in omelet. And what happened? It used to be $14. $14. Okay, you know I drunk water. You know I didn't buy another drink because I'm the tight quad.
Me
tight
too.
with the money. But what happened is now I go into the restaurant. It's $21. And you know what? That prevented me. I don't even go in there that much.
When you go into a bar or a cafe or even a restaurant, and you look at the menu, and they want $14-15 for one beer. It's like, whoa, what is this? We got a restaurant and a bar right down here on the beachfront, and they charge $30 just to walk in the bar. You don't even walk in that bar without paying to cover it.
So what you're saying is the Fed's going up on the interest rate. That is not going to slow down inflation. So we're going into a recession now. Are we in a recession right now?
Well, we have a couple of things we're looking at. We're looking at our food prices, which the food comes from this country, and the food's being cut off and dwindled down. And the weather conditions this last summer are really bad for production of, you know, corn, beans, you know, wheat, hay, to feed the cattle, to make the beef prices come down. We got to produce more cattle, but we're not able to do that. And so all these things are just going through the ceiling, you know. So the food prices are going to hurt us. You know, we're going to feel that price at the grocery store. The gas prices, they haven't gone down. So we're going to feel that at the fuel tank, you know, where we're going to go for gasoline. So even the amount they charge for your heating your home or your apartment is costing more. But the cell phone rates are not going down. They're going up, only up. And that's kind of crazy because it's like, wait, now they want $130 a month for my cell phone? It's like, they only wanted $100. They started out at $90, then it went to $100. Now it's $100, then $120, now $130 a month. So that's something that we got to deal with. You know, we got to talk about that someday. But you know, I don't think that these congressmen or senators, they all know the scam that's going on. They all know how they got elected to office and how they're staying in office. Can you believe Nancy Pelosi's still in office, or Maxine Waters is still in office, or any of these crazy old fools? How come they're still in office?
I'm on the other side. I can't say nothing. You know what? Can I tell people something? This is the great thing about the show. Me and him, we opinionated, but we don't argue. But we on different sides. He's over here. I'm over here sometimes.
Well, we're discussing problems which affect us both. You know, I mean, even though we're in two parts of the country, and we're different. We're different, you know, from each other in a lot of ways, but we still got the same problems. And all these problems affect every American citizen, every voter out there, whether you're Democratic or you're a Republican. These are problems for both parties.
I got to ask you something. Okay, something came to my mind. So basically, do you believe that the Republican agenda is the best thing for the United States. But I believe that the Democrats are a better thing for the country. Whoa, you know what? This makes a great show. Because
Well, I'm
we had,
neither Democratic or Republican supporter myself, so
uh-huh.
I support a third party, and this party is a real opinionated party. This party actually, to join this party, you have to join the 7 Mosaic feast days from the Old Testament of the Bible, and give up Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, birthdays, and all kinds of other baloney that all the other faiths embrace and want to do all the time. So that's the party I'm representing. That's God's party for 2024.
My opinion, you know what? I would like to ask you a question, David. What is the reason that Democratic and Republican Party? What is the reason that the other parties are not invited into televised debates during presidential elections? What is the reason?
Well, they invite the independents in a bit. I mean, in the discussions and in the arguing on television, and but not on the floor of the Senate or the Congress. They might have a few members that were independents that got elected, but the majority are all Democrats or Republicans.
Well, let me rephrase the question. I'm saying in the election primaries, why is it people from the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, are not involved in the presidential election debates that are televised? Why?
Maybe they don't have any good ideas, or maybe they don't got any good people to stand up for them, or maybe it's the Democrats and Republicans are just shaking hands with each other and keeping everybody else out. They don't want anybody else in there. But that's another con scam that the Democrats and Republicans are doing with each other. They're arguing about stuff every day, but they're still winking at each other as they go out the door. So it's like that's why we can't get anywhere, and that's why our system is failing us, and that's why nobody can figure out what to do. It's because we're getting scammed on, and the voting machines are not registering our votes and getting the people in there that we are trying to get elected to office. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We're coming to the end, but David, you know what? I bet that they can't wait to see this next week. I'm not even going to tell them what we're going to talk about next week. I'm not going to tell them. You said tell them. I can't tell them.
Don't tell them.
Okay, but
make them wait. Make them wait.
Next week we're going to talk about that. No, almost said it. Okay, but David, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this, and I'm going to tell us about your great, powerful, informative YouTube website, because we want millions to go to your YouTube. Millions.
Well, I figured out where the cancer, the heart attack, everything's coming from. And that's what I like to present on my YouTube platform there for everyone to take a look at. The fluid you're drinking is causing the upset in your system. And we have the 1, 2, 3 finger technique. And that's what I teach in my videos on my YouTube platform.
But can you tell them you're not a doctor, though? You are not a doctor.
I'm a farmer from Iowa.
Okay. So they should follow their doctor's advice. Would you agree?
I have to know the doctor. I have to know who it is. Is it Dr. Jekyll or Dr. Hyde? Mr. Hyde or Dr. Jekyll?
Let me put the disclaimer out there, okay? We're not doctors, but you know what? He gives great, like if you're talking to your uncle or talking to your aunt, you know what, one-on-one, you sort of get the ability to sneak in on a conversation when you go to David Kaas's website and he's talking about this. And you know what? You gotta go. You got any finishing comments, David?
Well, Janet Jackson's looking good, just like Marie Osmond. And I got both of those girls to do their South Spin fluid technique about 10 years ago. That's how they lost all that weight, and they're looking great. But, I think Janet Jackson's still under 70, but I think Marie Osmond is maybe a little round in the curve there. But been given to a lot of females. Stevie Nicks, Oprah Winfrey. Those are all people. But all the Fox News reporters, take a look at Sean Hannity, Greg Gutfield, and Geraldo Rivera's hair. It's not gray anymore. It's turning brown all over.
Okay. And you know what? He mentioned Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? So you know what? You're looking at the Underground Railroad television show with me and David Kaas. And you know what? If it's God's will, Allah's will, we will be on next Friday, California time, 5 p.m. in Chicago. Central, I'm talking about Central time, 7 p.m. If it's God's will. So I want to say, assalamu alaikum. You've been looking at the Underground Railroad. And you know what? Me and David, we also do a television show that comes on in Chicago. We come on, but you can see me and David every Saturday night at 10:30 on Channel 19.
Right here.
Okay. And you can see him on my YouTube page. It is YouTube page. So you can see us all. You can look at us all day.
Well, we're getting younger and younger looking.
All right. Hey, David, you remember when we first started this out? I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Well, we're learning as we go, like everybody else is.
Yeah,
everybody's getting smarter and smarter every day. They're seeing the smoke is starting to clear.
Yeah. Hey, I was like a chicken with his head cut off. But I just want to thank everybody and David. Hey, this will be on YouTube. And you know what? This is the last question I want to ask you, David. Beyond 2003, okay, what would you want people to know about our present time that sees us in the future, and what do you see in the future for the population?
Well,
economically,
I see 1,000 years of peace, and within this peace, we have plenty to eat, plenty to be thankful for, clean water. Mm-hmm. Everything is nice again. Even though it's going so rotten at the moment because of certain people in high places doing things to the majority of the populace and turning us all against each other, it's going to be peaceful here. Perhaps after this next election, we'll start establishing peace. But part of that peace is establishing rules and regulations and then enforcing those rules as they're needed. So you're going to have some people that don't agree with the rules and regulations. Those people will be taken and dealt with. But these are the things that need to happen. At the moment, we seem to be losing touch with any kind of, organized policing or any kind of goodwill. So that's what we need more of, goodwill.
Okay. I want to tell the people out there, man, I love California. I love Chicago. I love New York. My granddaddy loved New York. I'm not going to say why. And to the people in Europe, to the people in Asia, to the people in Africa and UK and Alaska. Hey, thank you for watching the Underground Railroad television show in Chicago and California.
Hey, Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, in Iowa. But, like I said, what we're going to talk about next week, he told me don't tell you. We want you to tune in.
Wait and see. And see.
And share this. Well, Brother David, I'm going to get on off. You know what? It's time for me to pray. And I ain't even going to joke about that, but it's time for me to pray. It's time for me to make my salat. So, hey, it's been a long week, man. And to all the people at Kennedy, teachers at Kennedy King College, thank you for giving me more knowledge. And thank you, David Kaas. And I'm going to make an attempt to possibly get Dr. Lee Warren on next week.
Sounds good.
If I can make it upstairs. Who knows? I might not make it upstairs. But whatever the Creator's will is, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay because I did what I was created to do. All right, brother. And you know what? You did a great job. Your YouTube page is just fabulous, brother.
Have a great night, Clifton.
All
And a
right.
great weekending.
All right, you too, brother. I'm gonna get some rest, brother. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Take care. That is.